Hey, what's up everyone? Morey Croson here, and we have a very important video for you today to be able to help you in releasing the football, and we're gonna start the video right now. This is the newest edition of the Performance Lab. Reach your individual goals. You don't want to just talk about straight line speed. We also want to talk about your ability to be quick. We break down your video. Let's make you into the quarterback I know you can become. All right, so this is going to be something that is a big part when it comes to the actual release and how to be able to get a more consistent spiral. I've seen this a lot recently when it comes to the importance of the pinky, and that's really like the name of the game of this video here, is to talk about the pinky and how it can have a huge impact on the actually trajectory of the football and how it's a main reason why there's a inconsistency when it comes to the quality of the spiral. So, what ends up happening and what we'll see in the throw is when people have a hard time in being able to get the nose of football to be able to spin, here, right? And that will come from a deep ball, right? Where the ball will come almost down more like this if you're a righty, more like that if you're a lefty, instead of going straight down, or as a, if you're throwing the ball more underneath or a shorter throw, the ball will fly more like that as a righty or more like that as a lefty, where we want to be able to get the ball to spin like that. And I've made videos in the past that kind of tells you about, if the ball is not spiraling correctly, why that's happening, how that's happening, and ways to be able to fix it. But this video, I think, will really get into the importance of the pinky when it comes to developing as a quarterback. And if you're watching this video and you watch a lot of my videos, I highly recommend you reaching out and checking out a little bit more about our quarterback programs and how we can provide a lot of value for you when it comes to throwing mechanics. I know that there are people that are watching these and want to be able to get the most out of their mechanics and improve their mechanics just by following the YouTube channel. But if there are specific things that you want to be able to get better at, or if you've been watching these videos for a long period of time and haven't seen a high level of growth, I would say the best way to be able to do that is either join the quarterback mechanics program or even just get a throw breakdown, right? Just being able to get the throw breakdown can be very, very valuable, because over that 4-week period we can make a lot of impact within your ability to throw the football, get very specific into what it is that you're doing that could be impacting your ability to throw. And for the price, it's 150 bucks. I don't think it's a very steep price at all, and can provide a lot of great feedback and a lot of great information for you. But with that being said, we'll get into the specifics, right? Because when we're making a video about the pinky, right, I feel like you have to realize, like, I'm looking at this into the smallest of details, and for each individual, there's something that I could say, right, that could be or find and look at that could be a game changer for you, right? And I know there's guys that are spending thousands of dollars and a whole bunch of money to be able to go and get better as a quarterback, and it's like, if you're not focusing on those small details and you're not getting specific into what's holding you back, you're never going to get the right results, right? You have to be able to get as personalized and specific as possible in order to get the results that you're looking for. And that's why I do what I do within the quarterback program. I don't really do a lot of quarterback mechanics training and quarterback training in general. I don't look at myself as a quarterback coach in any regard, but I do have a lot of experience and a lot of background when it comes to fixing biomechanics and getting specific into proper mechanics when it comes to movement in general, okay? And that's why I do what I do within quarterback training, is because, and quarterback mechanics, because I think there's a lot of things that you could do to help people when it comes to the mechanics. But anyway, get back into what we're talking about here. The thought process, I'm actually going to turn this way because I really like this view. And if you watch my videos, you see I use this view a lot. But when you're going through, what ends up happening is, the cue that I use is to be able to get your pinky around, right? To be able to get your palm to look back at you. So as people are going through the throw and, they're getting into this position, I've made videos about this, and whether the nose of football is not coming through, right? You're coming and you get to this position, and that could end up being an elbow thing as much as it could be a wrist thing. A lot of times it's a combination of both. It could also just be a timing in general, where we want to be able to get the elbow to be more driving through, right? This will be better for this camera here, but the elbow will be getting more driving through, and the hand is a little bit more back behind, okay? Because that allows us to then have the timing and the whipping action within the wrist. Because not only, and again, I've made videos about this too, not only is it an action of rotation, but it's also a action of the lateral flexion. And so you have to be able to utilize both when it comes to improving your ability to throw the ball and improving your mechanics in general. So what we want to be able to be aware of, though, is really one is that, right, not being able to get the wrist all the way through originally, and also releasing the ball too early. Okay, so when you're here and you don't have a good grip with that pinky and don't have a good connection with that pinky, what happens is as you're getting to this position, the ball starts to come out as you are getting the ball right around your head area. Okay, and that's not what you want to have happen. You want to be able to get the ball to get all the way around first, okay, and get to at least your head position, if not maybe a little bit in front of the head before you start to release. But then as the ball is being released, we want to be getting this downward action and have the grip strength necessary to be able to sustain this downward action without losing the position of the football. Okay, and what I mean by that is, and this is my particular issue, I just recently made a video about it when it comes to the deep ball, is when I'm throwing the deep ball, and this is typically more often when it happens, and when I see this a lot, is as the ball is coming out, I get the ball to neutral. Okay, so it's not about getting the ball around. The issue is as I'm releasing the ball, my pinky comes off too early as I'm trying to generate so much force out of my wrist flick, right? Because I'm trying to throw the ball really far, so I'm trying to flick the wrist as hard as I can. I'm getting as much action as I can there. But what happens is as I'm doing that, as I'm trying to flick the wrist down, I'm putting so much pressure here, but don't have the stability in that pinky or the ability to keep this action, right, that pressed action in the pinky, right? This is going to be, again, this camera here, to be able to make it so it's here and then there. Okay, so in order to make it so the ball flies like this or like this, we have to be able to not only get to this position prior to release or this position prior to release, right, wrist in neutral and having that nose of football high, right? This would be a deeper throw, boom, okay? But as we're putting that flick down, we want to be able to maintain that pinky press position. So that's going to have a big impact on your grip, right? So your pinky to your thumb, you got to have a great grip there. You also have to be able to have a lot of flexibility and range of motion within that part of your hand, right? That the thumb to pinky needs to be able to open up and have plenty of extension ability as well as plenty of flexion ability in order to sustain holding that football while your hand is putting that much force into the ball. Because really, I think, you know, this goes twofold. Is one, this action is critical to your performance. So not only do you want to be able to sustain that with the pinky, but you want to be able to build that wrist flick, because that's going to help you in being able to generate more force into the ball, but it's not going to have the same results if we don't have the stability within the pinky. It's the same thing when it comes to, you know, any type of movement, right? You have to be able to build the power and the strength in the movement pattern, right, within the muscle, within the body itself, but you can't properly utilize that strength or utilize whatever it is that you built unless you are able to stabilize it, control it, and balance it. So we want to be able to build the power within the motion, but now today what we're talking about is building that stability within the hand to really have a lot of success as a quarterback. So great video here. I think it could be hugely beneficial to a lot of people when you understand what it is that we're talking about. And again, you can just tell, I think, with this, the passion and the you know, unrelenting consistency and discipline to help people in being able to improve their mechanics, and that's what I'm all about. And I hope as a quarterback you have that same level of passion for you being able to improve your own mechanics and your own abilities. So as always, guys, thanks for watching the videos. You guys should check out some of the stuff that we have when it comes to the programs and options down below. You know, like the video, subscribe to the channel. That all makes a really, really big difference. So if you're watching these videos consistently and you're getting great information, at least like the videos, at least subscribe, leave me a comment every once in a while just to say, you know, you appreciate it and, you know, you love these videos. Add a bunch of value to you because that really goes a long way. And you know, thanks for watching the video. We'll talk to you soon.